everyone and welcome back to the channel. I want to do a little bit about the extra modifications I've done on the bike. So I did phase one and I've done the video for that, and then I've ridden the bike over the winter just to try and get a feel for what extra things I need. And what I've noticed is there's a lot more rock and debris flying around now, which puts things higher up on the bike more at risk. So I looked into getting more protection for the bike and ended up getting a few bits and pieces, and we'll just go through those now. So I looked at the master brake cylinder and it's pretty exposed and it's made of plastic as well. The cover over it is existing, but I've heard that it can get broken. So I got a Touratech cover for that, a protection panel, and it's made of really nice aluminium. It's sort of anodized and black and shaped to fit around that master brake cylinder, and it goes in with 2 new bolts and 2 new spacers and fits beautifully. Went in the first time, so it looks good. I'm really impressed with how it is, and hopefully it should protect that element of the bike from any damage. Next mod is the master brake cylinder cover from Touratech. I've already put that on. It's very easy. It's just got a couple of spacers in here which hold it out, 2 bolts, super easy. Those are replacement bolts that go in here, but that is great and it's really solid and makes me super happy that it's going to protect this brake cylinder in here. The next part was the cover for the brake reservoir cylinder, which is above the master brake cylinder, and that's a bit more lightly made. It's not quite as heavy duty, but it's a bit higher up and it's slightly recessed, so possibly might get a bit less damage. And again, that's by Touratech and went on very nicely, and that used the existing bolt. So again, with the one underneath it and the one on top, it looks pretty nice. It's black, it sits back, it's pretty subtle, and I think it should give it some much needed protection. Next part is for the brake cylinder, so for the reservoir, and this goes up on here. And if you see, there's just one bolt that comes out and it's just a straight replacement straight in there like that. So pop that on now. Just noticed there's other stuff hanging behind here, so I'm going to actually keep hold of that while I put this on, so this bit here doesn't slip down and it has to be lined up again. So I'm just going to keep hold of that at the back. The next part is the side stand plate enlarger, and I've tolerated not having that through the winter. I've been putting the bike on soft ground, been trying to find flat stones, and it's a pain, it just doesn't work. So I bit the bullet and went for one of the enlarged plates for the side stand, and again it's the Touratech one. You know, I think Touratech make really good gear. It's well designed, it's well researched, and more to the point, it fits on well. And I'll show you a few up close details of that, but it went on beautifully. It's really well designed, really well engineered, and just out here today, you know, putting the bike on the gravel, the sand, it's doing its job, it's working a treat. So very happy with that, and another good piece of kit. Good selection of parts on these. The nuts are already thread locked, and then there are 2 padding strips to go on the side stand itself. Just worked out the rubber strips go on the bottom. If you put them on the top, they don't really fit in properly and they don't do their job, so I'm pretty sure they go on the bottom. So I think that's fitted on pretty well, looking good. Got the clamp behind it as well, so you've got this bit here, gives it some stability. Remember to make sure you put that bit in there before tightening up these bolts here, and it all goes on really nicely. Impressed with that. And then the final piece I got was a side stand switch protector. Now I thought this would be a great idea because I have heard they can get damaged and then the bike won't start and you have to actually do a bit of a botch job to join cables to short it through. So I bought the side stand protector from Touratech, and it's just a very simple piece of shaped metal which fits onto the existing bolts. But what I did find is that because of the AXP bash plate, it didn't fit. The brackets, the aluminium brackets for the AXP bash plate come up too close to the side stand, and so it doesn't actually fit. But then I looked a bit closer, and what you do realise is the AXP bash plate does give it some protection. It sits where that side stand switch protector would sit. So I think that's going to be well enough protected for the moment, and I'll probably need to send that one back. I've got the Touratech side stand switch protector here, just a single piece of metal. What's interesting is when you look at the instructions, there's a little segment here, and on the bike itself, if we go up to it, not sure if you'll be able to see that, there's actually a rubber bush that's around the cable that goes to the wire, and it looks like that rubber bush has been put on intentionally to fit with the side stand switch protector. So quite why they haven't put that on to start with, I'm not sure. It doesn't make a huge amount of sense, but to actually put the part in that fits with it is a bit strange. Right, so in the ideal world this was fitting quite nicely, but the APX bash plate, because of the suspension parts underneath, won't go back up again if this protector's in place. But the good news is it does seem to give some protection. So the APX bash plate actually sits where this bit of protector is going to be. So I think the bash plate will give the protection that's needed for that switch. In summary, I think the 3 pieces that I've added on are well worth it, well worth the cost, because the risk of those parts breaking and stranding you, it's real. You know, it's probably fairly low, but I think it's real. So I think those have all been worth it. Now, I've been standing in this beautiful location on Dartmoor, and the number of people that have walked past, and I just find it really heartening how interested people are in the bike, and also how interested they are in the filming as well, you know, what's happening, and the YouTube channel. So it's been a lovely afternoon just talking to people, spreading the love about motorcycling and motorcycling in beautiful places, and just being a good advocate for off-road motorcycling in the UK. Thanks for watching once again. I really appreciate your time, and it'd be amazing if you'd subscribe to the channel. I've had over 30,000 views now, so hopefully I'm doing something right. If I'm not, then please just tell me in the comments. But if you would subscribe, I'd be really grateful for that. So ride safe, have your mini adventures, and see you next time. Bye.